John Blaze tapping in. Let's pull John Blaze in. Yo, what's popping, John Blaze? What's going on, man?
John Blaze on check. I just wanted to check in and support the black business, you know. And
Awesome.
and off top, I just want to say, man, this is a great show, man. I've been watching your show, man, and I see where you're gonna be in your future in terms of like what how a lot of us see who somebody like yourself and could communicate well to the masses. You do it better than anybody else. And I want to congratulate you on this damn show because it's something, man, that I like to see the young brothers do. You know, we out here in Oakland right now, or over here in the Bay, but we see a lot of the brothers down in the South, man, and entrepreneurs, and they trying to do their thing. And I'm just trying to be supportive of the channel. You feel me? But
yeah, no facts.
And I really want to tap in on the passport bros and this ideology where you can actually obtain happiness through some foreign bitch over in maybe another country, over in Thailand or somewhere, maybe Singapore. But the problem is the fact that the individuals, such as the ones who are proclaiming this ideology of finding the happiness in another country, they fail to forget that these women and women in general have the same ideology in terms of what they can get with what they have between their legs. And we look at the individuals who are perpetrating this fraud are in international tricks. You see what I'm saying? And we really got to have some objectivity in this situation right now, because I'm just speaking from my heart. I was never the type of nigga that can go ahead and think I can find some broad in another country where I can take down one over here in East Oakland, or not as East Oakland or West Oakland, Jacksonville, or whatever it may be. You know, I have a 6'4" frame. I'm not obese, you know, but the problem is that the ones who fail are the ones thinking they can find happiness by spending their money, taking a flight, paying a dowry, perhaps to the mothers and fathers of that family over there in that sometimes we call it the third world, but we really look at it as a developing country. You know, I'm not going to advocate this idea where we can go ahead and say we can find happiness by having some broad for 7 years, because we got the internet, we got Instagram, we got YouTube. She's going to see that, wow, I'm not actually that particular mammy that is looked as the negative in terms of a female. I have a size 6 frame. You know, they looking at me when I go out to the mall, and she gonna understand that after 7 years, once she get that goddamn green card, you gone. So you gonna spend another 10 racks or $20,000 and take your monkey ass back to Thailand, Singapore, or one of these other countries. And then you wind up actually saying, well, fuck it, I'll go and get me a trainer. I'll go ahead and spend the money, because really and I'm not speaking on all the real ones out there. There's some real ones out there like yourself, you know, but, you know, we have to keep in mind that you going to a whole nother country is demonstrating your lack and inability to actually get a female in the country to where you at. We looking at a country of, I don't know how many, what's the population in America? You know, I never had this goddamn problem with getting a female to which I'm thinking I gotta fly somewhere to another motherfucking country and spend $20,000, and then you gotta pay for the visa. Niggas think it's that easy to bring some foreign bitch from another country. You gotta pay for the visa. You gotta go ahead and demonstrate that this marriage is not just so she can get citizenship.
Don't she gotta know the national anthem and shit? She gotta pass the test.
She gotta pass the test. She gotta pass
that bitch can't.
Test. The bitch can't even fucking speak English at the majority.
She can barely speak her language because she ratchet as hell anyways.
Right. And then you got these sucker ass niggas who's calling themselves this great name passport bros. It's great to market. You see what I'm saying? And there's a market there for them to make them dollars, maybe to promote their YouTube or maybe promote their individual travel agency and hook niggas up. But you got to understand, this is all just some temporary excitement for these niggas who can't get a bitch, you know. And that's really what it is, man, because niggas get so involved with saying, oh wow, passport bros, I'm hearing it everywhere. You demonstrated that in a video that you shown earlier that is now went viral. It went viral because There is a huge population in this country. You got these lazy ass niggas saying go ahead and make it happen in this goddamn country, so they think they can go ahead and trick internationally and go somewhere in another fucking country where the bitch is walking barefoot, and about time she get to this fucking country, she's wearing red bottoms, she's got a fucking miniskirt on, and now her head is not even on the swivel no more. Niggas want her. So she see niggas want her, and she said, well, shit, I can upgrade from your 78,000 making ass a year, and I got this motherfucker who want to trick with me for 300,000 a year. I'm gonna ride with him. I already got my goddamn green card, so I'm fucking gone. So now you niggas will be left with what? A bitch you would spend about perhaps 80 to maybe 200,000 on for 7 years to be here as some fake ass broad wife trick former escort, right? And then you take your ass back to that same goddamn country and get another one. And you spending all this goddamn money because you a motherfucking trick. That's what the fuck you are. Because in fucking Bay Area, we don't do that motherfucking shit. We don't trick with these hoes internationally. I might go to fucking Thailand. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Colombia.
Hey, all mall, call in, tap in, all mall shit. Drop link on the line.
And I don't want to take up too much of your time for it, Jay.
Nah, you doing your thing.
But you know,
I understand.
I'm really trying to kick some game to these fucking niggas, man, because they get so excited with this goddamn internet, and then they want to go ahead and believe that, okay, I see these niggas passport bros. It look good when a nigga can edit a fucking video. It look good when a nigga can go ahead and edit a short little clip for fucking YouTube. But the reality is that in reality, you're gonna be spending some fucking major bread to even get the bitch over here to America. And then you're gonna be doing interviews with immigration to make sure this is not some fraudulent ass bullshit. And you're gonna have to produce pictures, you have to fucking sign forms, nigga, you snitching on yourself. And then they find out that nigga, you got a background that you didn't even want them to find out about because you wanted to save a bitch. Nigga, I'm not a sucker for a bitch. And like right here, hey, I do pretty well for myself. I'm not living in a fucking hood, you know, and I'm living in the Oakland Hills and I'm doing pretty well. But one thing I'm going to tell you that I never had a problem with obtaining a punk ass bitch. And to be honest with you, Florida boy Jay, I was down in Florida. I was fucking with a couple of bitches who said she was from Liberty City, fucking in 2006, and I'm still maintaining that broad right now because she's a winner, nigga. And that's what I mean, nigga. I don't need to do no fucking international pimping. I'll go ahead and go to the next motherfucking state.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
You feel me?
Yeah. Who's that? Is that Advo? Advo, what's Advo? What you got going on, man?
He was cooking, but then started smelling like goddamn burned popcorn. So, but he was cooking at first.
No, I just
Advo, what
you more time, man? I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, bro.
Nah, man, nah, John Blake, nah, fuck that. Advo, if you got something to say, go ahead and say it. But nah, John Blake, I understand what you're saying because at the same time, the way we look at it, and I already know you from East Oakland, so I already know you got the game sold in. You know what I'm saying? There's a lifestyle out there. Ain't no goddamn, and you know what I'm saying? The Zingy is not on you. So you understand the dynamics of these hoes anyways. So ain't no point of trying to go somewhere else and try to put somebody on a program where you find these motherfuckers here trying to find guidance in a program. Why the fuck I'm going over there? If you ain't got enough good game to get something over here, you should be ashamed of going over there. But you got to understand, going over there is out of desperation. Same way we talk about tricking. It's like a nigga can't find anything to trick because the nigga don't pay for pussy. Like that's a foreign thing because I'm saying bad hoes is fucking for free over here. So why am I paying for something niggas is if the same hoe that's charged you fucking me for the pack and the look, right? So why am I out here if you already having it your way in America? What benefit is it going somewhere else and get the same type of chick and like, oh yeah, she's bad over here, but they got the bad ones over here. As respecting to this great country, the best find themselves over here. Best from all those countries find themselves in America, and America has the all-star team of it's like the Olympics of every country nationality in America that you can choose from. East Indian, East African, West African, South African, European, Dutch, French, Turkish, Russian, Japanese, Chinese, Cambodian, Filipino, Guamanian. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? Like, bro, like, what are we talking about? Colombian. Advo, get in there, man.
Salute. No, I do agree. I'm here mostly to put some respect on America. let's put some respect on America. When it comes to the passport, bros, I do believe with I don't know with that American black males should travel out of the country just to kind of like so they could feel American for the first time. That blue passport holds weight. That blue passport is the one that allows you to go to more than 200 countries. You don't got to get a visa to go to certain countries just because you're American. So I do recommend travel. Now, let's put in perspective, are they going to treat you the same like Florida Bourget say? Hell fucking no. I'm going to give you one example. David Ortiz, right? David
Right.
Ortiz, a baseball player
Oh yeah,
who
they almost laid that nigga
I,
down.
I'm outside. I'm outside. So like, sorry for the
Now
sound.
that's cool. It's
But
cool. They almost laid that. I remember they almost laid David
now,
Ortiz the fuck
I
down.
bet.
Laid
So
his dumb ass down.
the
He
case
was doing too much.
the case of David Ortiz,
Nigga was doing too much.
this guy is royalty. When I tell you royalty, this guy goes to Boston, and there's more than
Oh
white
no,
men.
bro. You
There's
know I'm
more
a
than
sports
let me
nigga. You
finish.
know,
Let me
bro.
cook.
Avo.
Let
Yeah.
me cook. There's
Go
more
ahead.
than white. There's more than one white man that is willing to tell David Ortiz, "Fuck my wife, fuck my daughter, fuck my sister," because you gave us a championship. Then he goes to Dominican Republic, and this nasty ass fucking drug dealers decides that he wants to gun down David Ortiz. You know what the Dominican people did? The first thing that shit happened, they blame David Ortiz, bro. Are you gonna tell me that you guys are not gonna protect the greatest baseball player of all time, bro? I'm a Yankee fan. I'm not supposed to even love this guy, but again, it shows you how as soon as Robert Kraft learned that he got shot, the Patriots, not even the Red Sox, the Patriots sent a private plane, picked him up. They gave him a new heart. They gave him a new body.
Yeah, yeah. I
In
remember that. I
DR, he
remember
was
that.
dying. He was dying like a dog, and they blame him. Bro, if you're a millionaire and you played the last time the Red Sox won a championship was in
Okay.
1920
Oh, hold on,
something.
Avo. Hold on, Avo. Why are we talking about David Ortiz stat sheet and we were
Because it's
talking about pass pro?
because
Let's just
if they treat him like that and he's Dominican, what makes you think you FBA they're gonna treat you better? He's a millionaire. That just shows you how those countries, like America's number one, no matter what. Like you think you're gonna go over there, they're gonna treat you the same. No, it's not. Like, yes, things are gonna be cheaper, but you're not gonna make the same money you're gonna make here. So when your money starts running down, every girl you met is gonna turn like Larsa Pippen. Larsa Pippen, as soon as the money ran out, the hype ran out, the cloud ran out, what is she doing right now? She's dating Michael Jordan's son on some disrespectful shit. That's what Latina women would do to you. They'll backstab you in the back on some real shit. So you
oh,
might,
trust me, I know. I mean, nobody never did no shit like that to me, but I mean, I date Hispanic women all the time. So like I know what they're capable of, but it's not Hispanic women. That's the thing that I be trying to get a lot of men to understand. Cause when I speak about women, I speak about it from a place of experience. So like I'm really be trying to tell niggas what time it is, right? It's really just it's really just free game.
but
It's women in general. Listen, no, a black woman will do the same thing. A white woman will do the same thing. Women in general is not a race thing. That's what I be trying to break. Just like when niggas be like, "Oh yeah, I want to go over to this country, but I'm not bringing her home because she's going to be Americanized."
yeah,
That is letting you know that is more than just being Americanized. It's a woman thing. If the same thing you fear is going to happen to the foreign woman that you bring to this country, then it's not just a country thing, it's a woman thing. If they're all susceptible to the same pitfalls and
facts,
your plan, right?
facts, facts.
All right, but continue.
Nah, like, and I mean, and there's a lot of stories of like, I know I have a cousin, right? He was 19 back in what 2015, right? First, he's American, first generation, never been to Colombia. He goes the first time, falls in love right away, like 3 months, falls in love. Comes back, talking to her on the phone, da 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 da, and like, mind you, we told him like, yo, like she's a prepago. We call it prepago. Like we don't call women prostitutes, we call them prepaid. So a prostitute is a prepaid, a prepago, like a prepaid card. You buy it, you use it, and get another one. So this a prepago. Eventually, it took 2 years. He fell in love, brought her over here. The problem is, when you met her over there, you had a rental. When you met her over there, you was in a villa. You show her a lifestyle that when she came to the Brooklyn and this motherfucker was living in a basement, taking the D train, it took her 6 months. And a Puerto Rican dude took it from her. He talking about, yo, let's lie. Don't. Nah, we told you. We told you, like you brought her to the wrong spot. Maybe you should have got her pregnant. Maybe you should have had a kid. And probably some niggas hold it down like that. But he lost her, and then he tried to like blame her, call her mom and shit. Nah, bro, just let her go. You lost her. Take the L and walk away.
Hey, can I?
Because now she could call police on you.
Can I interrupt? Did you just say
Go ahead.
maybe he should have had a kid with her? Is that what you just said?
That's what he said.
Well, when it comes to relationship, a lot of men and women think that a kid is gonna fix the relationship. I've seen it myself. It doesn't fix the relationship, but people think.
Homeboy, I don't mean to interrupt you right now, but we really need to go ahead and actually bring you to trial right now because you trying to make excuses for a nigga to go ahead and have a baby with a bitch just to keep her. You know what I mean? That's one thing that a lot of niggas have different perspectives of what you're talking about right now. You know, you really have to.
But I'll give you a rebuttal.
No, let me
give you a rebuttal,
right
bro.
Hold on, Advo, let him finish. Go ahead, man.
We have
Go ahead, John Blaze.
We have to focus on the language that you use, which was he should have had a baby with her. And that right there is evidence to a lot of the mentality that a lot of these niggas out in these streets think they can keep a bitch by getting her pregnant. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got a lot of baby mamas. A lot of these niggas got a lot of baby mamas because they think they can keep the bitch just because they get her pregnant.
Side note, hold on. I'm gonna give it right back. I'm gonna say something. Give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna pass J Doug for another 5 seconds. I'm gonna throw it right back to you, John Blaze. What a lot of niggas don't want to admit is that a lot of niggas got the girl pregnant intentionally to save the quote unquote relationship and end up in baby daddy drama. A lot of niggas don't want to tell you their intentions on getting the girl pregnant and putting themselves in that direct situation because you want to have a baby with her.
That's real talk.
And she never really wanted to fuck with you on that level, but you got her pregnant and she didn't want to have an abortion. She went through with the pregnancy. A lot of women get put in positions that niggas like to portray that they're in with the baby mama. But I'm going to pass it to J Doug. I'm going to pass back to you, John Blaze. I just want to throw that little tidbit in the motherfucking conversation. Go ahead, J Doug.
Nah, I was just gonna say church to what my guy John Blaze was saying.
All right, go ahead, John Blaze. You got it. And I'm gonna pass. And after John Blaze lands his plane, we're gonna pass you to Advo. So Advo, chill out. We'll give you the mic, John Blaze. You got the floor. Go ahead.
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was just trying to go ahead. Sometimes my antennas go up when there's a certain particular language that's being used when it runs in conflict with the game. When we talk about the game, we're talking about a specific language that is amongst fellowship amongst niggas, not amongst no bitches. And one of the things that you mentioned was something that I was never even raised to be, and that's to make a hoe out of a housewife. Now, when you look at what you just said, that's exactly what the nigga was trying to do. He was gonna get the hoe pregnant, thinking he was gonna keep her, but then that he don't realize the bitch is gonna use her same ideology and do the same thing with another nigga. So they both on the same page. You see what I'm saying? So
right.
Idea and the principles of somebody thinking that they're gonna go ahead and get a bitch pregnant and thinking that bitch gonna stick around just because of a goddamn baby. If that's the case, we wouldn't have no problems with welfare.
Bow. Advo, you got the mic. Go ahead.
I would disagree with him when it comes to that because of two things. One thing is a lot of black men, not myself, or not like for the boy J, but like dark-skinned men have a lot of self-hate. So with that self-hate comes, I want to make. They think that having a light-skinned baby makes a better them. So a lot of men think like that. They're just gonna be like, I just want to have a kid with a light-skinned bitch, no matter if she looks like a crackhead, right? Another point I wanted to make out is Drake. Drake is known for being a womanizer, you know, having every stripper in the world, and he literally got I wouldn't call her a slur, but she's more of like a soft porn. The lady that he got pregnant does soft porn. If you look at Adonis, his kid, I mean, you can never regret a kid, regardless of anything, regardless of the mother being a piece of shit. You can never like disregard that you created another fingerprint. So I just think that's a W regardless of the mother.
You know what? I'm not trying to seem like I know everything, but to use Drake as the standard when it comes to being some goddamn man, you out of your goddamn mind. For one, Drake got pregnant some hoe who was already making film and doing the most vile things with other goddamn men. So one thing I wouldn't do, my guy, is use Drake as some goddamn standard when it comes to being a goddamn man, because we are too in a position when we watch these light-skinned niggas, we kind of live vicariously through the image, through our computer screens, our televisions. So I would kind of check you on that note right there when you're trying to use Drake as some argument, as if niggas use Drake as some standard on the streets. From what we know, and before Drake actually was doing a soundtrack on 2K 2014, to which I remember, okay, he was actually a sucker ass nigga still saving bitches back then, which led up to being a millionaire, quadrillionaire, and still saving a bitch. The behavior don't even change with some of these niggas. You niggas are actually the most typical ass niggas to want to go ahead and think like you use some particular standard to be applied to your own goddamn life. I'm actually an opinionated nigga. Matter of fact, I don't even like some of the hip hop. I didn't even grow. I'm in Oakland. I didn't even grow up to fucking hip hop. I grew up to Rage Against Them, a fucking machine. I'm not sure if you heard about them.
Oh yeah, that's a rock, man. That's a metal rock,
You're
man.
washed, bro. You're washed.
And
like,
shit. But I'm
like
up here fucking
everybody in that band has gray hair.
Bust your fucking head. You feel me? So it just like, I was never like the nigga to be actually following a particular standard. And when we come to actually talking and having an argument about fucking manhood, Drake could be the last nigga I would use it as some fucking standard, my guy.
Well then. And one thing I will say about that also is the fact that as light-skinned niggas need to call each other out. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. It's not like we're pandering to the black community, but as a light-skinned nigga myself, I got to call out a lot of light-skinned niggas because sometimes we just be doing the most. We niggas just be doing extra shit. Like light-skinned niggas like to come in the room, let everybody know they're there. Why are you doing that shit? Stop. You bright enough. Sit back. Go on the cut. Sit your dumb ass down in the corner. Get your drink. Light your weed. Speak when spoken to and enjoy the vibe. Nobody came to see you.
A family of light-skinned niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
We all understand what the dichotomy is when it comes to the ugliness within the black family when it comes to light skin and dark skin. You know, there's a book that I read when I was in college up in Cal, and it was called The Color Complex, and it dealt with the politics of skin color amongst African Americans. And it's the most ugliest shit that you can ever read based off we took the actually traditions of the slave master and applied it to our own lives because we were light-skinned and called ourselves the Blue Vein Society. But that's where we look at in Louisiana. You know what I mean? I'm from the South.
The whole Creole, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from the South. I'm first generation.
The French, the Haitian dynamic, how they was running the biracial Haitians out of Haiti. They had to travel to you know what I'm saying, to New Orleans and that area and shit.
Right. You know, and he's making a lot of good valid points, but what he's doing is that he is looking at the history, right? And he's looking at the history between the relationship between a black man and a black woman is different from if a nigga was in a traditional family in Africa or somewhere else in a country like Russia. They have a culture and tradition in terms of how they marry one another. In this country, it's all fucked up for us as black folks, man. There ain't no goddamn fucking traditions when it comes to fucking marriage. Niggas put out a fucking broom and jump over that fucking shit. Nah, man, but we got to celebrate it, right? But you really look at it objectively, right? We can't go ahead and have this idea about the relationship between a black man and a black woman unless we address what's really going on. You feel me? Because this is what I'm saying, Florida J, and you hit on the fucking nail, my guy. I'm gonna tell you this: you hit on the nail, and you look at it in the traditional context in a lot of other countries, in terms of China, in terms of Taiwan. They actually have a tradition when it comes to the position of a man and male. The woman submit to her husband, and there ain't no question how she moves with him. In this country, we are in a situation to which the majority of these females don't even know how to act when it comes to being in a relationship. There's already parameters already placed by the real niggas, but then that's when they really got to go hard on you females and really know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? because we have to go extra effort in this goddamn country when it comes to putting our foot on. I'm speaking metaphorically. I'm not speaking in terms of violence.
You putting the foot. No, hold on. Fuck that. You putting your foot on a bitch neck, mashing on her, letting her know what type of program you're running, letting her know she be in one accordance with my goddamn guidance and my provisions and what my decisions may offer for her best outcome in life, and how I'm gonna take her from the hoopty to the gated community and shit. We know what time it is. Fuck these niggas, and they know what time. It's Friday night. Turn up on these niggas. They know what time it is. Like I said, you know what time it is. Hold on. I'm Niggas know what time it is right now. That's why you can kick this shit for free right now. And there's other motherfuckers who want to have this conversation. I understand if they want to chime in and offer their perspective. But when you a nigga out here having it your way like it's a Burger King Whopper meal combo with the cheese on it, why the hell am I going somewhere else who got food at the house? That's what I've been saying. We chilling. You need to develop yourself as a man. And if you're ugly, you can't be like you. Hey, we gotta be real with ourselves as men. You love Kevin Samuels, but when Kevin Samuels was going in on you niggas, y'all wasn't making them clips go viral. So my whole thing is like this. A lot of these times, you're not getting the women you desire because you're not making yourself desirable to the women that you want. Niggas need to take some accountability. You need to meet God halfway, my nigga. Do the possible, who do the impossible. You'll start lifting weights, doing what you need to do, getting in shape, get your money right. God gonna throw you a bad bitch and just likes you for you. You just gonna be niggas like, damn, why that bad bitch that ugly nigga? Because he got his shit together and he on point. But niggas don't want to meet God halfway.
And you don't need a bad bitch. You just need a bitch that's cooperative with your program. Every bitch gonna be raggedy after time goes on, pretty much. No bitch that gonna stay bad forever. Pam Grier look a mess right now. Let's just keep it a bean.
Nah, but honestly,
I do feel what John Blaze was saying. He said a lot, but I feel what he was saying, and I feel what you saying. I feel what you saying too, Florida boy Jay. I think we do have a crazy dynamic between like American tradition and how we get married because we don't have no standards, especially in the black community, and no structure. That's what I like what John Blaze was saying.
Right.
We don't have no structure how we get married. Like we don't have no father give you away. And that made me think right now in the black community, I'm telling y'all off top, I'm not going to no more 50-year-old motherfucker get married, no more weddings.
Can I say something real quick?
And all that bullshit.
Can I say something real quick? Yeah. And maybe this is a reflection on me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to date a girl that if I married her, her father was going to pay for the wedding.
Ooh, if your father ain't ooh. You got some black women that had a father that was ready to go?
I'm 29 years old. Niggas know what type of time I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to be in a relationship with a girl where if I would have proposed to her, that her family would have paid for the wedding, or her mom, or her dad, her father. You know, the father traditionally is supposed to pay for the wedding, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before, I said it. Maybe it's a reflection on me. My point in general, we can put the three camera. Yeah. My point in general is that a lot of the times we want traditional females, but they never had a father in the home to see how a male is supposed to move in the first place. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, even if you are her first boyfriend or like you the first nigga in her life, that's gonna go good to only so far because every woman is gonna start to rebel on her parent, quasi man, quasi the nigga who taught her the game. You know what I'm saying? How you talk, how you walk, how you slang, what you eat, your favorite foods, what you watch on TV, what you wear. Certain times you meet a chick who might not be in a position where her father meant something or is even in her life, you quasi be her dad. But at the end of the day, a lot of the times they grow out of their space with you and then they just want to rebel and do their own thing. At the end of the day, women, the biggest fear men have is their women leaving them. And regardless if you are the best man this woman has ever known, quasi somebody, a chick you met that didn't have a dad in her life, you were her first real boyfriend, you've been with her for years, you can be that. And that relationship can still have its beginning and ending. Niggas don't want to be alone. You can meet a chick with her dad in her life and she realized she can do better and it's over with. Or you realize she still ain't shit and you can do better. What niggas don't understand is that you got to be great by yourself before you be great with a partner. And as you're great with a partner, you always got to remind them and yourself, I can still be good with or without you in order to maintain it so they can have something to miss. If you don't give somebody something to miss out on, then there's no reason to stay around for anything. If they know it's going to be the same thing over and over again. Niggas need to understand about what long-term companionship really means in the modern world. You want the shit the way your grandma and your granddad had it, but your grandma didn't have the leverage that your wife and your girlfriend have right now. Back in the day, your girl had to move in with you, paid all the bills. She worked a clerical job, a little bullshit job. You know what I'm saying? At the diner and shit. You work wherever, made money. Houses cost $89,000. You know what I'm saying? You can pay for college as you're working at a part-time job. It made sense. Now, it doesn't. Now you cannot get the same type of subordinates from a woman when she knows she has to go out and make the same money you have to make to keep the household. It takes a 2-income household to make one household. And once you and her start putting money together, even if you put money down and she doing whatever the fuck with her own bills, you know, you're doing the quote unquote provider thing. In the day, that's not securing your position with her in your relationship. It's so much things you have to do. And niggas got to understand that everybody is experienced. You don't own people for life. You can't sit here and think like the same way niggas think about, I want to keep this girl till death do us part, is the same way niggas think that whatever job you're working at with a 401k is really going to give you retirement you can live off of after you make it to 67, if you even make it to 67. You see what I'm saying? Like the shit your grandma and grandpa lived off on, the golden years and the baby boomer shit don't even exist right now. The middle class was a 60-year experiment that didn't exist before
Facts.
or after. Ask about a middle class in 1845, it didn't exist. Ask about a middle class in 1346 and anywhere, it didn't exist. Ask about a middle class in 23 BC, it did not exist. They gave you niggas something for 60 years. You think it's supposed to be a standard of living or based on what the fuck your grandparents were able to get over on when they were alive. And I'm telling you to do the same thing with a fourth of the motherfucking access. And they're telling you to pull yourself up, but bootstraps is the American way. You don't even understand the side you're in. You got the foreigners coming in here because even if you're giving them a rigged game that's fucked up for us, it's still better than what they had back home. So that's not a negative for them to look at and be a deterrent for them to try to access the American dream, because the American dream for them is a paradise back home. The American dream for them is just maintaining living in this country versus us. Our American dream is something that's a lot harder to obtain than it was for our parents and our grandparents. And look at us as failures and don't understand, Dad, I'm making 3 times what the fuck you and Mom were making back when you were my age in 1992. And I can't even get the same home and the same stability that you had back 30 years ago. And I'm making more than what both y'all are making back then.
The
But you're
problem
still
is
able.
also like, bro,
Go
like
ahead.
a lot of men are becoming like chicken nuggets. You know, when you go
Hold
to
on, hold on.
like,
I'm gonna get back to you. Hold on. I'm laying my plane out. But that type of pressure on certain men, where they feel like they're not living up to the same standards that were set by their parents and grandparents, make them feel the need to go over to these third world countries and be the 6-figure nigga in a third world country. Because in all reality, that option of doing that back home, not only do they not know how to do, they don't have the will to do, and they're too old to even obtain the type of motherfucking work ethic that it takes to be that type of nigga back home to have it your way. So they know who they are, they accept their reality, and they rather be the 6-figure nigga in Colombia and in the Dominican Republic and in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, than accept the reality and fuck the girl who's working at the goddamn Burger King drive-thru. And Advo, you got the mic. I gotta drink some motherfucking water. I'm in the spirit of
but nah,
preaching
nah, nah,
tonight.
you
I
was
think
cooking
I'm
for
in the
sure.
Potter's
But
house with
I
tea.
just, I just also
Go
want to,
ahead.
I just also wanted to put out like, there's a big value on an American passport. Whenever you see, I mean, obviously, it's usually white girls that go missing, and they'll find a way that to bring your body back. You know, look at what happened to the Otto Warmberg, the guy that went to North Korea. He came back as a cerebral palsy, but at the same time, they got his body back. Like I think black men should travel to be able to like create a system and export it. Like there's so much culture that comes from America. Like the same way like what was in like Noriega went to Puerto Rico and learn about like I think you could just go over there and trade something, bring something from over here, something that's important over here, and then send it over there and find a way to make money though. You could make money. But at the same time, it's like you kind of have to live in both sides, like 6 months over there, 6 months over here. I do recommend people to travel, bro. I think traveling is like a big thing for like black people to see that like America is like America's number one. Like they're not gonna treat you in a bad
Well,
way because they're
Alvin,
gonna
let me
like
ask you
treat
a
you like
question.
a
Hold on,
guest.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna get back to you because I want to ask you a question. I think what you're trying to say without saying it is pretty much like this, bro. What niggas are trying to relay to everybody who doesn't have their passport and able to experience this is this: yo, America is the lick in itself. The brand of America is the lick in itself. Not only the passport, not only the regional American you are, because we all have different accents and from different places. Not only those two things, but also the fact that as your American money goes, like a Las Vegas Sports Talks has said, like a dollar here is like 50 Brazilian dollars. So
Facts,
it's like
facts.
the fact that the America is the lick in itself. Having American, like you going over there is like it's like the cheap. What he's saying is this: they live over there. Daily life is daily life anywhere. Daily life in Jacksonville is daily life. I can go to LA and it's gonna become just like how it is in Jacksonville once you get your return date. Daily life is daily local life. An American nigga coming over there choosing you and deciding to spend money and fuck on you. What pretty much what niggas is saying is that dog, you can be the man somewhere else. And
Facts.
and in a way, people who don't experience that type of love and self-esteem boost also deserve it because they are in starvation from it. When I go to Miami and when I'm in Wynwood and I'm at the Wood Tavern back in 2017, 15, 16 and shit, the DJ's playing and the beautiful women around there, you know what I'm saying? And my homegirl introduced me to everybody, moved me to the front of the line, girls kissing you on the cheek because that's just the vibe and stuff. And I'm getting that in my spirit of confidence and feeling like, oh, I'm cool in Miami. I'm actually a cool person in a cool city. It's a self-esteem boost when you go back home because you know that you can actually be a part of where you are. You can adapt. You when in Rome, do what Romans do. You can be somewhere in a cool spot where it's people that you know are dope and they think you're dope, and you can experience the cool women that are there. That's when you talk about you go to LA and you can chill with some models. You in the strip club. You at the parties. You go to New York. You chilling with the girl. You know what I'm saying? You in
Yo,
Atlanta. You get
bro,
the girl at.
bro.
You get the
And
hold on. You in Atlanta. You picking up girls at the Falcon game and they going to eat out at the fish. You know what I'm saying? Going to get some seafood and shit. That when you in a different city, you picking up girls in them cities. For us as regular niggas like me and John Buzz was just saying, that right there is what we get at home. Certain niggas do have to go abroad to get that same feeling. Me and this nigga can travel across town to do, or go outside and set up a plate and have fun with some women. That's what niggas don't have the pleasure. Certain people don't have the pleasure of doing. When you understand what sex work really is and paying for pussy, and nigga who gets it, you understand you're really not the market of sex workers. That's the point that me and John Blaze are saying from a different perspective, who aren't really subscribing to the passport bros, but yet can support niggas who want to do what they want to do. That's a very silent minority of people who can support something and not participate in it. And Advo, you got the mic. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, let me cook for 1 minute. I just wanted to say, like, when it comes to countries, like, just break down the word. Like, it's a contract. Like, a lot of Panamanian homies of mine get mad at me because I tell them Panama's not a country. Like, Panama used to belong to Colombia, right? But when America wanted to build the Panama Canal, what they did is they convinced them to get independence. Since 1920, Panama hasn't had their own money. You still use dollars. Basically, New York, Wall Street controls the Panamanian bank. So like a lot of those countries, they just belong to America. They're just there to bring coffee, to bring certain items. Another point that I wanted to say is like maybe we need to push for legalization of prostitution. I'll say I recommend that let's just create a bill, call it the Robert Kraft bill, because I have a lot of sympathy for Robert Kraft, a man, an American hero.
Allegedly, listen.
Um,
Let's not talk. Let's not use names. Stop
no,
talking
no, no,
Robert
no, no. I mean
Kraft.
it in a way of
I know
okay,
what
okay,
you
okay.
mean.
Let's not use
I
his
know
name.
what
Let's
you
not use
mean,
his
but
name.
let's not
Bet,
use.
bet, 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 bet. I'm not gonna use his name, but let's just say the creation of let's just say a man that gets married, does what it has to do. His wife dies. Can we have a solution for that? Does this man got to restart a life at the age of 50, 60? Or should this man have the privilege like every European man, and go to a bathhouse, go to a massage suit, and get relief. I think that's what we need. We need to pass a bill to legalize prostitution as a whole, because it creates these problems, that you got to go all the way over there just to get a piece of skin. So I think we should just normalize that. Sex workers.
I understand, and not only do I see what you're saying, and having conversations with sex workers. That's when I started to understand that, like, that's why I really understood to the point where, like, I don't think I'm really going to be paying for pussy directly, because most sex work isn't meant for the nigga that can just holler at the girl off the clock, quote unquote. Like, a lot, like what John Blake was saying, a lot of these girls who do that, like, I haven't, listen, bro, I'm not saying I've dated sex workers, or I'm a dated sex, we're not even getting that, but what I'm saying is a lot of the girls that are desirable to niggas who pay for pussy will slide on niggas who got enough juice. You know what I'm saying? If you talk game up, if your money right, whatever, if you got something to benefit, it's a transactional society we live in. You got to be bringing something to get something. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring some ass to get some ass. You can't be out here and you're not providing something better than what she got going on and think she's going to spend some time with you, or take you serious. At the end of the day, I understand that society is making it harder than ever for men to court women. And then what social media has done is put a spotlight on desire politics on based off of what we think is attractive and what's not attractive. So it's even harder for people who might not be deemed a certain way to even get the girl that you would not be able to, that you were going to get in the 90s because you lived in the neighborhood and she didn't see nobody but you, and you was applying pressure on that. That's your wife. Niggas wonder how you got her. You got a 10 because I was the only girl in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Now she can see a nigga from goddamn Houston and it's a wrap. Your girl gone. The girl you talk to, it takes one nigga to make her go viral. Now she fucking ball players. It's just harder than ever for the average nigga to get some ass.
Bro, but
And
I think it should be illegal for Robert Kraft, the guy that owns like macaroni and cheese,
yo,
to
yo,
not be
yo, yo,
legally
yo,
allowed
yo,
to.
Avo, are you Avo? Slow down. Let me ask you a question.
What up?
What you on right now? You smoke?
Man, I had to walk
Cause you
to.
grooving.
No, 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 I'm not grooving. I had to walk to the dispensary because I didn't want to move my car because like parking spot and shit. So I'm back home now.
All right, cool, cool. Well, listen, at the end of the day, my point is this, right? I love women in general. I love women from everywhere, and especially, and
I
I'm
love
not saying
bitches
like I've
too.
never, and I don't even like go after like foreign women. I just go like, it's really a mutual energy. Like I said, you don't go after women. You don't get a girl that don't want you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes girls come, around you. And what I'm saying is like the same thing you can get as a dynamic where like you don't have to be like extra cool to certain women. Like certain women from these foreign countries, you don't have to be the stereotypical American male that you think you have to be with American women. You can just be yourself, and if they vibe with you, they vibe with you. I'm speaking from experience. They are from these countries. They like, just because they don't live there or they didn't grow up there, don't mean that their parents didn't instill that traditional value from those countries inside of them. So they can be growing up in America, but they still know how to be submissive to a man, or at least give a nigga a chance to put them in a position to be submissive before they turn Americanized. And what I'm saying is, for a lot of women, for Hispanic women, for Asian women, for all types of women, for African women, women in general, if you make them secure enough, they're going to submit to you. And if they don't, then you can find another woman. But if you need to go to another country to do that, by all means do that. Because this world is big enough for you to travel it to find somebody that suits what you want. And there's nothing wrong with that.